It's 7 a.m., or close to it. I've trained myself to wake up just before my alarm clock every morning. The first thing I do when I wake up every morning is drink some water. About a gallon, but I don't measure it perfectly. After I make my bed, I find it helps to meditate for a few minutes each morning in order to clear my mind, since I have this really bad habit of doing complex thermodynamic equations in my sleep. After this is done, I'm all set to take a shower. A cold shower, of course. I find it has a lot of benefits over regular showers, including an overwhelming sense of superiority over my fellow man. Then, after a short workout, I'll take about 15 minutes to make a cup of coffee, and then get to work. Hey guys. Anyway, that's what most of my mornings look like. I am the Netflix documentary filmmaker Matt D.
What are you doing?
So over the years, I have tried time and time again to build a perfect daily routine, but time and time again, I seem to fall off that routine. At this point in my life, I'm mostly just wanting to improve my routine to help myself stay a little more mindful throughout the day, and of course a little more productive. And while it's been really hard for me to stick to my more complicated routines in the past, I found a couple of really simple rules that have been pretty easy to follow so far and can help me stay on track with my routine. And many of those rules are not quite what you would expect from a productivity video. So in this video, I'm going to go over the rules that I've set in place and the basic schedule that I've built around them. So I hope you guys get something out of this, and let's get started. I try to wake up at 7 every day. That gives me enough time to prep for my classes without feeling rushed, and leaving time for breakfast and coffee. But since I'm not Matt D. Biceps, I have to schedule 30 minutes of time from 6:30 to 7 specifically for getting my ass out of bed. And yes, my roommate does throw his shoes in my head to wake me up. It's very helpful. I do fill my water bottle every night and leave it by my bed, but I don't usually take more than a few sips of it before I just get up and make my coffee. I actually do regularly make my bed, but mostly just because my roommate does, so I always have a reminder to do it. I actually do spend 15 minutes making coffee every morning though. I don't know if that's a good thing, but hey, at least it's not lazy. One rule that I follow pretty inconsistently is Duolingo. I try to learn at least one lesson of German every morning for 30 minutes or so while I drink my coffee until 8. Sometimes I do this, but more often than not, I find myself on YouTube until the day slips by. Shit. 8 o'clock is when I head to breakfast. Now some days I have class at 9 o'clock, and on those days I'll usually do kind of a brunch at like 10:30. But as long as my classes are later in the day, then breakfast is pretty much always at 8. As someone who finds it really difficult to put on weight, it can be very difficult to force myself to go eat, especially now that I have to walk through the snow to get to the cafeteria, so setting a fairly strict breakfast time is really important for me. My day officially starts when I get back from breakfast, at which point I'll either head off to my first class or write my daily paper for that class. If I don't have any of those, then I'll just get started on some filmmaking projects. With the documentary I've started, I have been spending way too much time communicating with the team and with Ethan, so oftentimes I will go ahead and do some work on that after I have my second cup of joe. The main part of my day consists mostly of just more classes or working on videos. I've kept my credits this year to a minimum so that I would have more time for working on filmmaking projects, so I'll either start scripting or shot listing or outlining a video or meeting with the Maker's Lens productions for the documentary. In terms of output, I've actually been really productive for the past couple of weeks, but I've also found that I'm being kind of swept up in all these projects and I'm not being terribly mindful between work with the Maker's Lens productions for the documentary and then for the podcast and weekly videos on my channel, as well as monthly videos on Maker's Lens channel, and kind of sort of monthly videos on the Tomorrow Project and some freelance. It's a lot. To keep up with my mental and physical health, throughout most of the year I've been going to the gym on campus every day, but since winter hit, I haven't had it in me to make the trek in the snow to the other end of campus. So my new workout routine is just TRX straps and some dumbbells I bought from my room whenever I feel like it. At least I have a curling buddy. If I don't have back-to-back classes, I'll grab some lunch around noon and bring it back to my room, where I'll enjoy an episode of Simpsons or Phineas and Ferb while I finish my lunch. Lately, I've been trying to stop working at 5 p.m. every day, and I've been largely doing a decent job of that, but as much as I complain about the time commitment of my work, I love my work, and it can be really hard to actually turn it off and set it aside for the night. So oftentimes I find myself meeting with Ethan or just working on one of my videos in the evening. One excuse I've found though that works is blocking off some time, maybe from 5 to 8, for watching YouTube videos. That way I'm not really working, but the caveat is that those videos have to be from some of my mentors or generally are, educational towards my trade. So maybe it's from Think Media or Peter McKinnon or something like that. This lets me feel like I'm still working without filling my brain full of shitty ideas before bed. By 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm headed to a late class that runs until 10. And on those nights, I'm usually going to be straight to bed when I get back to the dorm after that. But on the other days, my roommate / cousin and I will usually talk or watch more Simpsons until we're ready to sleep around 11, but ideally 10. Or sometimes I will spend a few hours hiding out in the library or honors building, which is super peaceful and warm in the evenings, and I can just read the school paper for a while or just chill on my phone. For most of my classmates watching this, if you interrupt my alone time with my newspaper, I swear to God. I've only recently adopted this new routine, but so far it's going pretty good. It's helped me to be a little more productive with both the time that I set aside for work as well as the time for rest. So in the coming months, I will make an update video, let you guys know how it's going and what, if anything, I've changed. But what does your daily or morning routine look like? Let me know in the comments. Let's get a conversation going down there. There's nothing better than hearing about other people's productivity hacks. Maybe that's just me, but it's pretty good. Here's one actually. When I wake up, I actually actively try to pull my phone into bed with me and doom scroll on Twitter. I know you probably never thought you would hear a YouTuber talking about productivity ever say that, but if I don't do that, I will definitely fall back asleep. So it's sad, I know. Anyway, I appreciate every single one of you for watching all the way to the end. It does not go unnoticed, so thank you for that. If you want to leave a like, it helps us small YouTubers out exponentially, so that would also be greatly appreciated, but you do you. I'm joking about that last part, like the damn video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.